called in
to Bucks and Brews, you might hear something
you can use.
like tips on your cash or tips on the suds.
You're gonna want to
The
use
smarts of these stuff.
because they know the brews.
And they know the Bucks, and they know they can't help the stubborn fucks.
So listen up, because shit's not funny.
And save yourself some
Beer money. Bucks.
and brews.
Bucks and
Bucks
Bucks.
and brews.
Brews.
Bucks and Brews.
Welcome back to Bucks and Brews. Nick, we have a lot of good news today or this week. That's good news right there.
Great news.
What are you drinking, my friend?
I am sponsored by you, my friend.
Yes, you
This is
are.
Great. I am drinking garage beer. Really excited to try this. It's a light beer, classic small batch brewed, 4%, 95 calories. So, a basic light beer, right? I've never tried it. The garage is always open. So it's really fun. Up here it says open this end, and then a down arrow it says crush to recycle.
Which we don't have to do because
Yes,
we
we-
recycle in Michigan.
We return. But I say we return them and get 10 cents here. Small batch brewed. So I don't know what they're calling a small batch compared to. Shout out to them because they haven't done nothing nice or negative to us. So Instagram drink garage beer. And yeah, so I say this is Jason and Travis Kelsey.
Yeah, they have some piece of this.
Oh, do they? Okay.
I don't know what piece of it they have, but they have some piece of it because they advertise for them.
Okay. So yeah, I'm excited. Thank you so much. And then
You're very welcome.
I got the small lime beer. So it's the same thing, garage beer and lime flavor. So
I'm having lime right now. Let's see what you think of this.
yeah. It's got a good flavor. I mean, like a full flavor, like a
Yeah.
robust compared to my Bud Light.
It reminds you of Bud Light though, doesn't it?
I mean, right? It's a light
Yeah,
beer,
it's a light beer.
but it's got flavor, right?
Yeah.
Everybody keeps calling things water, right? No, like I mean,
This has more. It's like a better version of Bud Light.
honestly, I don't know about a better version, but like it's a different version. I don't want to say about
More
that, right?
flavored.
There you go, right? It's a more robust
Yeah.
flavor to it.
Yeah.
Not a light beer I would normally tend to drink on a constant basis. I could see myself drinking a 12 pack of it, but that's but like Bud Light, I would enjoy drinking all 12. Jeez, I got the hiccups now. But this is a really a decent beer. Excellent work, guys.
Like $16 for 15 of them.
So it's not horrible.
It's not
$3 more than what Bud Light's gonna
right,
cost me,
but I
right?
mean, for the difference.
Yeah. You say,
And again, I like supporting smaller
yeah.
brewers than I do bigger ones.
I'm hoping they're a small brew. I haven't done enough research into them. 4 grams of carbs, which I believe is less than my Bud Light. 95 calories. Again, I think Bud Light's 96. I don't know the exact thing, but really, I mean, honestly, again, it's a robust type of a flavor for a light beer. So, if you haven't tried it, I suggest you do try it. That'd be fun.
Yeah, it was way better than I thought it would be when I tried it.
Yeah. Do they have? So is it just regular?
There's Jason right there on the
Jason,
website.
do they have lime and regular? Anything?
Lime and regular.
Okay. So, again, great light beer. Oh, see, that one says different though, doesn't it? That says 3 grams of carbs, and this can says 4. So they're online. Something's
Maybe they've cut back on the grams of carbs.
maybe say new batch. Well, they are small batch, so I mean,
Yeah.
maybe each individual batch has a different type of a thing. So
This one says 3.
really, and this one says 3. Yeah, but my
My regular one says 4. You're right.
yeah, that's so. Guys, you either misprinted or you really are a small batch and you're running just a bunch of them, and you're gonna run different carbs in between them. So
Definitely not an IPA. It says.
definitely not an IPA, right? I mean, it's a light, I'm gonna call it a lager, right? I enjoy it. Thank you. I say it's again something I could drink most of the day.
Yeah, I was really happy with it because again, you're not going to get drunk on this.
I mean, eventually you
Well,
will, right?
Well, yeah, a long time. If you drink a 15 of them, you're going to get drunk. But I mean, if you drink 4 or 5 beers, you're just going to be a happy guy.
Yeah, so if you're doing normal, regular sitting around drinking beer,
They got hats.
they do. I might have to get us a sponsor. We'll have to figure out how to reach out to them.
We're going to have to.
Speaking of sponsorship, David,
So we have some news here on Bucks and Brews. We fielded our first sponsorship request.
Yeah.
And Nick and I were quite happy about that, weren't we?
It was great. You know, I was in the middle of being busy. You're taking things from home. I'm driving down the road talking to a guy, you know, and trying to give, and but yeah, so we met with him. They're gonna send us a little stuff. We're gonna give them some shout outs. So hopefully you'll hear that soon. We've officially, I guess, signed up for something that's gonna come. So really awesome. Congrats to you.
Yeah, there'll be a promo code. Please support this brand if you like us.
Yeah.
Because I mean they're the first ones that have fully believed in us.
Yeah.
Not just gave us a 6-pack or a growler or something.
Right. You know, and it was crazy because, you know, he brought up the fact the same as when we talked to the guy about how long podcasts have been around. And
Yeah.
you know, we were almost at 5 years. We might
Yeah.
be. And
Oh, I was actually going to read some of our stats, but keep talking.
yeah, like 4 or 5 years, right? We're sitting here doing this, and you know, they're like, oh, most people die out within, you know, the first couple months. They don't keep going. And so he's like, yeah, I seen you guys. And it was really, you know, the one thing that got me in talking to him was the fact that he you know, he's like, yeah, I've listened to some of your stuff. And I was like, we're gonna get along.
You
just
and I were both a little worried. We're like, well, I mean, have you listened to our show? And he's like,
Well, the funny thing was he acted worried. He's like, well, if, you know, and we'll get into that. You'll hear some pitch, and we're like, have you heard us? And he goes, oh, multiple. He goes, that's why I thought we'd get well. And
Yeah.
I was like, we're gonna get along just fine.
yeah, we were
sir."
like, all right, well, this guy definitely knows what he's talking to.
Yes.
So we have over 6,700 downloads
Yeah.
in our time.
We appreciate all this, guys.
absolutely
These
we
are
do.
That's we love.
And we have done over 150 episodes.
That's amazing. Good for us.
It is pretty amazing. Just, you know,
We started, gosh, during COVID. I mean, COVID's
We
been
did.
4 or 5 years now. So
yeah, it'll be 5 years here coming up.
yeah, that's amazing. We'll do one of our favorite episodes is coming up here soon. The
Year in Review.
Yeah. So you know, catch with us for that, and we'll talk about some of the beers we've had throughout the time, what we like, best episodes, of course. And,
Absolutely.
you know, hopefully this gives us a little drive to keep going for you guys a little bit more.
I saw that Listen Money Matters is coming back. Did you see that?
I didn't see that they're coming back. I seen that they keep putting little feelers out and
Nah,
things.
they said they're coming back.
Good. I
I
like Josh.
like them.
Yeah, great guys. I mean, right, to be honest, it started me in this, and then they kind of fell off, and I was like, well, somebody has to replace them. Sure, we haven't done all the editing and all the greatness they've done, but
They're way more polished than we are.
yeah, 110%. But
They put way more money into it than we did.
absolutely, but I love it, you know. So, but
I think I spend upwards of $400 to $500 a year.
oh geez,
Like
yeah.
I got to do like, and it's on like the LLC renewal
Yeah.
and the website and
Yep.
you know stuff like that. The hosting site for the Podbean.
Yep.
It's stuff like that. I was really happy you kicked in on the con. So
Oh yeah. So,
news for everybody: we will be vending at Byron Rec Comic Con
Yep.
at the beginning of February. We will have a shit ton of dice.
I say yeah, and a bunch of 3D printed fun stuff.
Yeah,
You know, it's
some comic stuff, some fun stuff. No penises.
well, if you ask for it,
If you
we
ask
might
for
be
it,
able to-
we could scrounge it
one
up, but
out
we're
there.
not going to have them displayed.
That's correct. You know,
Because
this
it's a kid-friendly
it's a
facility.
very kid-friendly event. But you know, for those of you that know us and you come ask for it,
Yeah, if you go, hey, can I get a glow in the dark penis? We will have one.
absolutely
Or
right,
10.
or a fuck a duck, right?
Oh, well, those might be out. I mean, they look like ducks.
right. So
The octopus with 5 middle fingers might not be out.
yeah, say, but you know, so if you see something that's on our thing, I will personally try to make sure that David remembers because he's way better than me.
Yeah, I will. I will be bringing all of the stuff.
David's asked me for I don't know 2 weeks now to get pictures of some of my stuff.
Yeah.
You see how far that's gotten. We've talked about it.
If you want to see the stuff we printed, everything's on our Bucks and Brews Facebook page. We
Yeah.
post all the stuff we print. Some of it we sell, some of it we don't because licensing and shit. But talk to us. We're happy to do things.
Yeah. Also, I want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors who supported us for a very long
Oh my
time.
God. I'm so pissed at that video.
Why?
I want to know what's what.
Oh, it won't come out until
Yeah, I'm pissed. I'm
Yeah.
so fucking pissed.
So, one of our very good friends and followers, Jeremiah Rosa,
Love
Fan-
Jeremiah.
fantastic. So he's starting his own bourbon thing, TikTok, I believe a little bit, and then YouTube. He's doing his own bourbon reviews. So he bought advent calendar of bourbons, and he actually bought 2 different ones. So he's doing a couple a day. And you can find him on YouTube at Whiskey Juan. So Juan is his middle name. So he went, hey, I'm doing Whiskey
Yeah, I
Juan.
saw that, and I'm
Goes as
like,
JR.
I'm watching that, and I'm like, I don't know who the fuck whiskey wine is, but
It's a,
that looks like Jeremiah. And I text you back. I'm like, is that Jeremiah? You're like, yup.
yep. So
I'm like, yeah, the name threw me off.
if you like to listen to our beers and you like bourbon as well, go listen to him. He's he
I really enjoyed his video.
see, and that's exactly. And so I was like, dude, of course. And I told him it sounds bad to say. I was like, I'll watch them because he goes, you can go get a 30-second read about this or whatever, or you can watch my video and talk about the hints of whatever. So anyway, with this, so I should talk more about the as you said, you don't know what they are. So it's a blind advent calendar, right?
Yeah.
So they're just labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, through 30 or 25, whatever it might be. He'll tell more about it. But so then he creates notes, he does all this, gives you his take on it, and then at the end, the people that put this out will then tell you what bourbons they are. And then so
like they haven't even told anybody.
Correct. Nope.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a whole blind thing. It's all like he doesn't have a sheet. He has to go online and then get the.
Well, and he takes this very seriously, like when we're talking beer.
Yep.
He takes it very seriously. He's
Yep.
like, I really like this about this bourbon, but this other one is my least favorite, and these are the reasons why.
Yep. So I'll try to link with him a little bit, and
I'll make sure I throw a link to that in our show notes.
Yep. So we'd love to see him get supported, and we appreciate it. So guys, you've made us successful. We've officially gotten our first sponsor. We will release that sponsorship here soon.
Yeah, once so no monetary gain for us initially.
Yeah.
We're gonna do basically product swap. I mean, commercials for product.
Yep. And
then we'll talk about the product and what we think of it.
if it goes well, we will
and then
talk about some money.
Hopefully some people buy some of this stuff, and then
honestly, we'll talk about it more, but like it's gonna be right up your alley. I'm excited. And
I showed it to Eye Candy yesterday.
Nice.
He's like, those look really cool. He goes, I have no use for it because I just got new ones.
Yeah, me too.
Well, he got new.
Yeah.
Like the full thing.
Yep. And so, but anyway, that being said, is what's going to take to help us get sponsored monetarily is going to be when we send out that referral code, that link, please go on and order, make it happen. We're going to miss the holiday season here, but if you guys, the more you order, the more chance that we're going to have a sponsor for a while. So that'd be really good for us.
Well, and we don't do this for money.
No,
we do this because we have a lot of fun doing this. But in all honesty, I mean, we're always looking for new revenue streams, and getting a sponsorship on the podcast would be fucking awesome.
And one thing, right? I don't want to sit here and deal with 45-minute commercials and things like that. And it bothers you. One thing I loved about the company is he said, "Hey, I want your words to be out here. Here's the basics, and you guys sell it your way." And I was like, you know what? You got me there.
Yeah, we asked, is there a script? No, there's no script.
Yeah, he goes,
we'll give you a few talking points and you guys talk.
Yep.
And we're like, great.
Fucking deal.
That's exactly what we're about, because we like to be organic.
Yeah, and we don't want to, I don't want the same commercial. Hey, you're listening, no, we want to have fun. We're going to sell it each individual way.
You listen to the radio sometimes.
Absolutely.
Have you ever heard those fucking commercials? I'm talking to so-and-so for Tahiti Village.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's the same recorded shit, and you just speak the questions that they get. And it's so canned and commercial and boring, and get this shit off of my radio.
So
we don't want to be those people.
Exactly. And I say, we want you guys to hear our voices, not other people's. So yeah, but tonight's episode, it's big news. Been in the news.
Huge news. I figured we should talk about it because
we're gonna take the same and different views on things.
Yeah, and some of it will, I mean, we fight about things. So
yeah,
I'm sure there will be some disagreements, but there will also be some agreements.
So, we're going to talk about healthcare, United Healthcare CEO, and then healthcare CEOs in general. So,
I believe his name was Brian Thompson.
You know better than me, bud.
Shot dead.
He was
in the middle of New York, Midtown Manhattan.
Broad, I can't say broad. It was broad daylight.
It was. I mean, it was first thing in the morning. Yeah.
So, there's a million jokes, and I'm not going to lie to you guys. I do find them funny. But at the end of the day, it's a life that's taken, and I find that to be very sad. Right. It's very disheartening. I don't think anybody should lose a life, for what it is. I think people should have consequences for the things they do, but a life is very precious to me.
See, and part that I struggle with when it comes to that is
Mhm.
life didn't seem very precious to him.
To anybody else, right?
Because they were the number one denial health insurance company out there.
37%
Yeah.
denial rate,
Yeah.
right? Which was more, it's almost like the US and military
Yeah.
spending versus the other.
It was so much more than everybody else.
Everybody
I
else,
have
right.
I have the numbers. I can look at them. But
Yeah.
but again, I mean, it's almost like they took pride in denying claims, which of course that makes people die.
Yep.
And he didn't seem too concerned about all the people dying. So 32% of claims they denied. The next closest was 27, a company called Medica, which I've never heard of.
Sure.
The one I've heard of that's after them is Anthem, 23%. So they
Okay.
were 9% behind.
Which is crazy.
And out of these, industry average is 16%, which is half of what he killed.
Yeah.
And then Kaiser Permanente at 7% is by far the winner. But again, is it a winner?
Right. I mean, you're still denying, but sure. The problem is there's some out there that probably should and could be denied, right?
Well, absolutely. But at the same time, you and I both know how these fucking denials go. So, like, just speaking personally,
Mhm.
I had an issue today. So Dawn has to go to physical therapy for an issue with her neck that the insurance company, which,
Fuck the insurance
full
company.
disclosure, I work for them,
Yep.
requires that you do 10 physical therapy visits before they will actually give you something that will help her problem.
Well, and that's it, right? Because the doctor knows.
Yep.
He's. I don't want to say 100%, but he's almost positive that it's not. That PT is not going to help. He knows that this is the issue.
Doctor said, we're going to send you to PT because we have to.
Yep.
There's a slim chance it could work. I hope it works, but it probably won't. And when it doesn't work,
he knows that the 100% chance is if he goes
Yeah.
and does this, right?
if once it fails, we can then do this instead.
Yep.
I don't remember if it was shots or surgery or what. It doesn't matter. But you have to go to 10 of them. So she showed up to her first PT appointment today. Mind you, we have spent over $9,000 this year in medical. We have exhausted our out-of-pocket max. So everything for the rest of the year is free. This company that they sent her to must be out of network because they told her specifically, well, it's $220 for today. And she's like, I can't fucking afford 10 visits at $220. So of course she calls me and I'm like, yeah, they'll only approve one a week. So how many weeks do we have left in
3?
Yeah. So it'll be $220 3 times.
Yeah.
And then it will be 100% on us to pay.
Because next year you have to restart.
Correct. Our deductible starts over. I have an DHP with an HSA, so it fully starts over.
English.
I have a high deductible health plan that's covered with an HSA, which is a health savings account. Because a health savings account, for those that are not in the industry, is not insurance. It's a
Secondary bank account.
You're right. It's a bank account that pays you a tiny bit of interest and can be used only for qualified health expenses.
But I want to be a little bit more clear if I may. So this is a health savings account that doesn't guarantee interest, right? It's still a risky type of a thing.
I mean, their interest is similar to a savings account. So
Sure.
you're not going to lose money on it, but you're not necessarily going to gain money on it.
And, right. It's not guaranteed interest type of a thing, right?
Yeah. It pays like somewhere between 0.1 or 0.01 and 0.05%. I mean, literally, you're not making shit.
But the thing with it is, it's pre-taxed dollars.
Correct.
So you're not. So if you make $500 a week and you put $50 towards it, you technically made $450 that week, and you're taxed on that $450.
Correct.
According to the government. So we're not. This isn't a healthcare episode necessarily about that. But you go back to our healthcare episode, we talked about that in depth into every plan and everything like that. We might reiterate, or we might do another one of those because it's becoming that time of the year. So
it really is. So basically, she's going to spend minimum $2,200, probably maximum $7 or $8 grand.
Yep, you're reaching your deductible again next
100%.
By
I mean, we'll hit our deductible immediately, and we'll spend most of our out of pocket max immediately as well. And she's like, "No, I'm not fucking paying that. That's ridiculous." Yep. So she messaged out to the doctor. She goes, "I'm not fucking paying that. You need to send me to somebody in network. And if it's somebody in network, I will consider it." And then of course, her and I had a big fight today
Yeah.
because she goes, well, what do you mean next year we're on the hook for all of it? I'm like, we have an HSA. This is how it fucking works. She goes, I thought you were getting off of that. Yeah, I can get off of that and we can spend more money on the straight HMO because by the time all is said and done, we're going to spend $1,000 more being on the other plan. And I already spend I probably spend close to $9,600 a year.
Yeah. Well, and that's going to be the problem is, and so right here, you're a prime example of what's wrong, right? It's causing strife and arguments between family on, this is why people choose to do other things instead of take care of their own health. And right. If you get the opportunity to feed your family or take care of yourself, you're always going to feed your family, right?
Mhm.
People aren't making enough money for this type of a thing. Back to my beers real quick. Honestly, it didn't try to. It just kind of happened. That first beer is gone.
Yeah.
It
goes down quick.
Yeah, we're a few minutes into this episode.
Same with me.
So that was, it was a nice one. I'm excited to try this lime one real quick.
Let's see what you think before we get back to our episode.
On the nose, I mean, you can smell the lime.
Oh, you can. I think the lime's better.
I think the regular's better.
You like the regular better?
Well,
I'm glad because I gave you 2 regulars and 1 lime, and I took 2 limes and 1 regular.
I like to add lime to my beer. I don't like that amount of lime in my beer. If that makes
a little too much lime for you?
Either too much or not enough. One of the two, right? I mean, it's kind of that.
Can't really tell.
Yeah, it's just that annoyance, right? Like it's not as good as the first one. I like that beer flavor versus that lime flavor, I guess. So it might be too much lime, I guess, in that sense of things. I'm not mad at it. It's just not. If I went to the store, I'm going to pick up the regulars versus the limes, and then if
I know the family fair in town here sells the regular.
Okay, perfect. So, yeah, they're on shelves in local places.
All the family fairs, I believe, sell it because I also picked this one up next to Metro.
Oh, perfect. So,
but yeah, back to the health insurance stuff. I struggle greatly with this because again, I do work in healthcare. When you're making patients jump through hoops to get care that doctors say they need, all it does is foster animosity and anger.
Oh, 100%, right? Like so when I found out about my back, it's been quite a few years, right? I have 6 pinched nerves in my lower back, right? So calcium buildup touches the nerves, does whatever it does. But so, I'm a grown man, right? I grew up with my grandparents raising me. So back in the day, right, you don't go to the doctor unless you're fucking dead right? You need
shit's hanging off of you.
Kind of it, right? And so, when a grown man fucking falls to his knees because I have spasms and just I had a tear in my eye, I'm not afraid to admit that, right? Big guy. You know what? I'm gonna go see a doctor. So then the doctor, of course, drugs me up, does whatever. And then like, all right, hey, you're gonna have to go see a PT. And I was like, what? So the PT is like, yeah, you got to come. And I walked in there and I was just pissed, right? And they're like, well, you don't have to be here. And I was like, yes, the fuck I do. I was like, you won't let me pay you. At the time, I had good insurance. I was like $20 each fucking visit. You won't let me just pay you. I think I had to go 6.
Yeah.
So I was like, you won't let me just pay you $120 and say, hey, fuck it, I can go back and get the next step. I have to come see you. And I was like, I'm not going to be a dick, but like, I'm not going to be happy to be here, right? And they're like, yep, I understand, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I'm going to do what you tell me to, because you're the professional. And so then that didn't help, of course, right? So then I go and I end up finally getting my MRI, finally doing whatever. Oh, hey, guess what? You have 6 pinched nerves. So all this shit I spent my fucking money on was a
worthless.
Fucking waste of money and time, right? I had to go to specific places, stuff like that. And so it was a fucking joke, right? And they try to say, oh, well, this guy, he was the PT for, the Red Wings, and he's a great guy. I don't give a fuck. Like I don't think I have to go to a doctor, my first doctor, to go tell you I'm fucking blind to get glasses, right? I go strictly to an optometrist and say, hey, I need some fucking glasses, right? Like I think that America's healthcare needs to be, I don't know why HMOs and HSAs or whatever are different, like, because HMO, you get to go pick whatever you feel like, right? You can go around that, but you're going to pay for that, right? They're going to get their money either way. And that's the shit that pisses me off, right? The doctor who's the professional who spent hundreds of thousands of dollars going to school
for like 10 fucking years,
right, to fucking sit here and tell me, hey, this is what's wrong with you. And he knows, because he's fucking seen it 1,000 fucking times, has to be told, hey, you know what? You might be wrong I'm going to have you go do this just in case we can work out. And
And
if
they do that because it will save them money.
right. But it doesn't, right? It saves them
most of
money.
the time
It
it does
doesn't
not.
save me money, right?
Well, and see, the problem with United Healthcare is what they did is they just kept denying, and making you jump through all these hoops that by the time they actually fucking covered something, you're dead.
Yeah. Oh, that's it too, right? Oh, you have cancer. Yeah, no, you got to go fucking get PT to fucking see if the cancer will fix, you know?
I argued with an asshole on Reddit the other day.
Yeah.
Because
David, you argue with people on Reddit all the time.
shocking, isn't it?
Let's say surprising to me.
So the argument started because somebody's like, well, universal healthcare would be better. And this motherfucker's like, universal healthcare is horrible. You'll wait 6 months to see somebody. And I'm like, you wait 6 fucking months now.
But the problem is here, and I'm going to compare you to it, right? You, for travel wise, were that fucking person, right? You didn't understand the rest of the world and how it worked because you've never been out of the country.
I'd never
before,
been, no.
right? And now you're like, fuck, I'm going out of the country because like this is fun and it's exciting. But like, right, that guy who's like, you have to wait 6 months. He heard it from his fucking friend who's in Canada, and that friend probably had, a sprained fucking shoulder. That you know what the doctor does say, hey, I need you to rest it for 6 weeks and then come back because guess what? If you actually rest it for 6 weeks, there's a chance that fucking whatever. Because I've gone right, I've gone because. Hey, I have a bad shoulder and stuff like that. And they're like, hey, you know what? It might just be a strain. We don't want to X-ray and do all that because it's going to cost me $10,000 versus, you know what? If we just rest it for 6 weeks, it's not going to kill me, right? It's just, hey, try. You know what? Chances are, hey, you know what? I rested. I took my ibuprofen. I did hot and cold. All right, you know what? Yep, this is fine. Or that 6 months, right? I go, oh fuck, this is because like my back, right? Yeah, I want you to rest it real quick, which probably was my first little step. Hey, just try not to use your back. Here's some drugs, and America is the most drugged country in the world. But so I was like, nope, I'm still feeling the pain. Right? I'm still okay. Now we're coming back, and that's fine, right? If I'm dying, I don't want to do that, right?
Well, and again, so like one person jumped in to argue, and they're like, no, if you go to the ER, they treat you right away. The fuck they do.
So most ERs don't, right?
No, what they do is they say, what are your symptoms? You tell them your symptoms and they treat whatever that is to get you the fuck out of there.
Well,
so
but that's what they're supposed to do.
I understand that.
Right.
But sometimes you need to be admitted because it's worse than whatever the fuck is going on. So I did this. I tried to die. I almost died in the spring of 2021. So I added up how many trips I made to the ER before they finally admitted me. You want to guess?
5.
You don't know the Bears very well. You know Jim McMahon?
No.
I don't know who else had Robbie Gold.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what number he was?
No.
He was number 9. Like
9?
Jim McMahon.
I say Robbie.
I made 9 fucking trips to the ER.
To an ER.
Before
$100 a pop.
Before they admitted me. Mind you, half the time my doctor was saying, you need to go to the ER, you need to be admitted.
Oh.
And I would go and tell them that, and they're like, well, what are your symptoms? There were times I'm like, well, my chest hurts. So they do a chest x-ray. Yeah, you're fine. Go home, take some aspirin.
Right.
I have a fever. I can't get rid of the fever. Go home, take some Tylenol. What finally got me admitted is Dawn looked at him and goes, he's taking 4,000 milligrams of Tylenol a day. He's done that for 2 fucking weeks. How much do you want him to take? Oh, well, that's too much.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we fucking told you that. We've been telling you that for 2 fucking weeks. Over 3 weeks, I made 9 visits to the ER before they admitted me.
Yep.
And I damn near died because I was septic. And we kept telling them, this man is septic. And they're like, no, he's not. Guess what?
Well, and that was the same thing happened to me, right? For my gallbladder,
Yeah.
right? It was Thanksgiving of a couple years ago. I ended up, it was the day after. I was there with my family, and all of a sudden at night, like I was in fucking pain, right? Like, I mean, David, you know me. I mean, like I'll give my wife credit. She's better at pain than I am, kind of a thing. But like, again, if I can just go sleep it off, I'm just going to, right?
Yeah.
But like this pain, like I ended up vomiting, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this isn't right. This isn't right. So I ended up in the fucking, got fortunate. My family was over, or whatever. So my wife took me to the ER, and I get there, and they're like, all right, this. They did test and test and test, and they're like, look, I need you to follow up with this person. You're not dying that we see, so yep, you're good. So then I go do another test, and they're like, and the problem is mine wasn't the typical type of a thing. It was, it wasn't, hey, I didn't just have fucking these, giant gallstones. I didn't have all this fucking stuff happen. I went and did, a $2,200 fucking it wasn't a litho scan. It was something. Anyway, they pumped fluid into my body and then let it run through all this stuff. And they're like, so I wasted my, and that was a 4 hour thing I had to sit through, or 2 hours, I don't remember. And so like they're like, we see nothing. Like we didn't even watch the fluid flow through. So yeah, that basically they're like, we have no other option because like it's either really fucked up or right. And I was like, so like, yeah, we're just gonna take it, right? Like we don't know any other option. I'm like, okay, so at this point, like my gallbladder doesn't mean shit to me. I wish I had it back because I hate my new life, but I got here, you know, and I was like, I have to use the restroom, you know, but like, so you know, and then finally, like the doctor gets in there, he's like, all right, hey, you had all these like micro stones, basically, like inside, like entrapped in the gallbladder, and so like they weren't in the orifices like normal because they were, but like they were all here and stuff like that. It's at least what he told me. I get phantom pain still, which is because like I'm like, oh fuck, is something wrong? Because it's like, did they take the wrong thing? But Google says, hey, you know, you can have some phantom pains, and it's just kind of weird. So, and I don't get to, I get a pain, and we're at Comic Con, and I came up to you, and I was like, I wrote because like I was like short of breath. I'm like, what the fuck's going on with me? You know, it's like I've had surgery, right? They should be fixed, but so maybe they took the wrong thing, and who the fuck knows? But you know, I mean, I'm drinking beer, but it could be a liver, right?
Yeah.
Like it could be something, but they said everything else looks good on thing. You can't open a body and see that it's gone, right? Like it's not a bruise that you can sit here and go, oh, you got hit there, right?
Right.
Like so, um, yeah. So again, the healthcare system, and they deny things for stupid shit. So
Well, they do it because they want to save money.
exactly.
And at the end of the day, again, like the company I work for is not publicly traded.
Okay.
So we don't have quite the same issues that publicly traded companies like United Healthcare is. Their whole point of existence
Mhm.
is to satisfy their shareholders. So their members are not people, their
Right.
members are numbers. And the more money they can bring in and the less money they can put out, the better it is for the shareholders. So they really don't give a fuck
Yep.
if you're covered or not. They just give a shit about if they're making money.
They make fun.
And it's cold to say, but for somebody like me, when I see something like that happen, the minute I saw it happen, I talked to two coworkers and I'm like, that's a disgruntled member that fucking shot that guy dead.
Yeah.
And I really don't give two shits. I just don't fucking care. It does not register with me one bit that he died and has a family or any of that shit. Because again, how many deaths did he lead to because his main focus was making money for the shareholders?
You know, I say, you know me. I'm not a
Mm-hmm.
right. The reference you just said, basically, you know me. I don't compare things to Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
I think Hitler was a horrible person, but right. I mean, Hitler just denied people their life because of who they were, right? This person denied people for their money, right? And I get that that was his job and he was forced to do it, but right, he chose to do that job, and not enough people are standing up and willing to say, no, I'm not going to do this, right?
Right.
I think, you know, but I think it's just fucked up, right? When you're doing something strictly for money, it's probably the wrong thing to do, right? Um, you know, we fix cars to fix the car, money comes with it. I rent houses to give people a place to live, money does come with that, right? Um, I me personally, I don't rent houses strictly for money, right? It is a way that I make money, but I do it because I know that I'm giving a person a place to stay. I know that it's another person, right? The guy that's with me right now, I'm not afraid to admit it, right? You know, I hate the words, "Ooh, just give me a shot." He was really close on numbers, types of thing. I asked him to jump through a couple hoops, and he did, and it was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna give you a shot, right? And that's you're willing to show me a little bit of something, a little bit of drive. Hey, let's see if make this work, right?
How much money have you cost yourself because you do bad business?
Fuck shit tons more. Can't say more than I've made, but a lot, right?
So I'm seeing Angela on Monday, right?
Yeah,
And she's like, "What do you mean you have a
a
roommate?"
Yeah,
I have a roommate. And she's like, "Well, are they paying rent?" Nope. Well, why aren't they paying rent? I'm trying to help somebody out. That's why.
uh-huh.
It it benefits me zero.
Well, and I guess my opinion as a business, you shouldn't charge rent because that way they don't have a lease, right? They have
Mm-hmm.
an option to, you know, they have an option to stay, and you have an option to take your property back. If that person does whatever, you just get to kick them out, right?
Yeah.
You don't have a lease, you don't have a binding contract, you don't have anything, right? You just have, hey, you get to sleep on my couch. So, right, they're not a roommate, they're a person that's, you know, spending the night. That's how I would say it, right?
Well, and it's not like I was looking for anything for this.
Right.
I was trying to help somebody.
Yep.
And this was what I could do. And Dawn and I hemmed and hawed over it a long fucking time. Hey, do we do this?
Yep.
I don't really know if I want to get into that. I mean, he's a nice guy and all, he's a friend, but it's not really our fucking problem.
Yep.
You know, and I mean, if you came to me, I wouldn't think about it. I'd be
Right.
like, yeah, Nick, upstairs it's yours. Go for it. If Mike came to me, hey, you know what, eye candy? Upstairs is yours. Go for it. I mean, he said the other day, he's like, yeah, my son might want to go to culinary school, and I know if he decided to go to GRCC, he could stay with you. Yeah, that's fine. He can stay upstairs. I don't give a shit.
Yep. So, right. And that's it.
But there's nothing in this for me.
Right.
And again, so you and I both make 3D prints, and we make a little money with it here and there.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Dude,
I give away.
Have you given away shit?
More than
I've given away shit too.
My kids, right? I started a 3D print while I was fucking coaching or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, I want a pig," so I went home and fucking made some pigs or whatever, like little small ones. They cost me.
I made myself a bear's keychain.
Yeah.
And we had these teenagers come in, and it was 2 guys and 2 girls. And the 2 guys are Lions fans, and they're giving this girl shit because she's a Bears fan.
Give her a fucking.
I grabbed my fucking Bears keychain and I gave it to her.
Hell yeah, that's funny.
And they're like, well, what about us? I'm like, fuck you,
you.
you're Lions fans.
Hey, as a Lions fan, I'd fucking do the same thing if it was us,
you would.
right? Like I'd be like,
She was so happy. I mean, it cost me like $2 to print that fucking keychain.
Right.
I don't give a shit.
Right.
She was so happy. And I was happy to make her happy.
right. That's fucking great.
When it comes to business, you and I don't always do the smart things because, again, we're people.
Right. We do
And
it right.
when you're people, you have to weigh out options. And, obviously, options for Brian Thompson was the bottom line. He gave a shit about the bottom line. He didn't necessarily give a shit about the people he was servicing. And that got him killed.
So multiple things, right? I mean, that got him killed for sure. One, that fucking meeting still went on.
Yeah, they didn't stop. They had that fucking job posted the next goddamn day.
Yeah.
How many times have you heard they'll have your job posted before the obituaries in the paper?
Yep.
His fucking job was posted. His CEO position was posted before that motherfucker obituary hit the paper.
10 million?
10 million a year.
And I just doing some math. And so the things that pissed me off, right? The New York Police Department offered $10,000 rewards for this, right? And so somebody needed 10 grand, that much to snitch, do whatever. That's fine. That's the right thing that kind of happened.
Would you have snitched for 10 grand?
Fuck no.
I wouldn't have either.
I ain't no snitch.
Nope.
But what I will say is $10,000. If you do the math, that's about the exact same amount of money that he made in 1 hour.
Yeah.
Right. This guy made $10,000 an hour on a 40-hour work week type of a thing. Right. And David, how many people have gotten shot in New York and killed?
Oh my God, it happens all the time because it's a
how
city of millions.
How much reward money have they given?
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
Right.
They don't fucking care.
No, dude. That's the whole thing, right? If you're fucking worth money, they want to fucking know who this is, right?
A homeless person gets killed, they don't give a shit. That happened. That sucks. Whatever.
Yep, but no.
I'm looking to see if I can find the thing I sent to you about if you made X number of dollars from the birth of Jesus.
Oh yeah, so
Was that a text message? Do you remember?
I don't remember, but it was, yeah. Since the birth of Jesus, so 2024 years, if you made, what was it?
It was like $1,000 an hour or
Yeah.
some shit, or $1,000 a minute or something.
Yeah, you'd still have less money, or you'd have what, 4 point something billion dollars, and it was still less than however many fucking people rich in the world.
I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Yeah, but anyway, so
it was fucking crazy.
Yeah, I've never seen so many people come together and be okay with a death in this life, right?
Yeah.
It's been weird. It's not something I thought I'd see, right? And I think it's something that I wish everybody has this feeling and the opinion of things need to change, but this showed it, right? It shows that things need to change. So there's a huge thing. We already seen it. I don't remember the company. David, help me out with the fact of one company was going to stop allowing. It was going to charge you for anesthesia if
yeah, it was the Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Okay.
So it was a division of Blue Cross Blue Shield that is owned by Anthem, basically, and they were only going to do it in 3 states. I want to say Pennsylvania, maybe Arizona, and one other.
Sure. Doesn't matter.
Missouri, maybe.
Sure.
So there were 3 states that they would allow anesthesia up to a certain point. But if you got past that point and still needed anesthesia, that was your bill. They were going to charge you the entire cost.
Yep. Well, and that's it, right? So like,
and that came out sometime last month.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really overly publicized.
And then
Brian Thompson got shot dead. And then everybody heard about Anthem's new we're going to charge you for anesthesia. And everybody lost their motherfucking mind.
Yep.
And the next day, what did Anthem do?
Oh, they decided, hey, you know what? We're going to put that on hold right quick.
We're not going to do that.
It's on hold. No, it's on hold.
Yeah, they didn't get rid of it. They just said, we're not going to do it right now.
Yeah.
They're going to wait 6 months.
That's exactly. Things are going to die down. And right, people are going to forget about it, and they'll roll it out. But
So
when you work on a car, so if you're a mechanic, for people that probably listen to us, right, right, if you had your engine rebuilt, right, by a company, okay, so there's a book out there, right, that says, hey, an engine rebuild should take 24 hours of working time, so 3 days, whatever. And these are made up numbers by me. And our labor rate is $100 an hour, so that hourly rate is $24, or sorry, $2,400.
Yep.
Parts labor or parts after that. But so if that takes the company 18 hours to do, they've made money. If it takes that mechanic 40 hours because something happens, they still only get to charge you. They don't only, but like, right, that's what they're going to charge you.
Yeah, they're going to charge you the 2,400.
Right.
The 24 hours it says it should take.
Exactly. The book tells you kind of what you should be charging for this thing. And, so that company eats the cost of whatever it is, but that's why it's built that way. So like this person is saying, hey, knee surgery should take 6 hours. But if you get in there and that knee's fucked up, oh man, you're going to have to, it takes you 7.
It might take longer.
Right. And the fucked up part is we all know that the companies are going to say, oh, well, it should take 6. It's going to take 5 now. So you get 5 hours to do this. And now you're rushing doctors to people that have fucking souls. I'm going to assume doctors have souls because they're there to try to save lives.
Well,
right?
I mean, that's why they got into the profession, right?
But now these guys are going to have to be rushed to do these surgeries, and we're just going to have people with fucking legs that go to the right because they didn't get to put the fucking thing in right. Because, hey, we already know this person can't afford to fucking do this, right? Like, because how many people do you know that have put off surgery because of reasons? Oh, financially, I can't take time off. I can't do this. I can't do that. I have to have money. I have to have money. Where am I income? You know how many fucking doctors hear this all the time? Well, how come you haven't come to see me earlier? I don't have any fucking money. Well,
why aren't you taking your prescriptions? Because it's too fucking expensive.
Right. Now,
come and see me. I'll give you free samples.
Right.
You gonna do that every month for 12 fucking months?
Right. I'm gonna say, doctors do a lot to try to help and all that, but like, it's just now you're expecting them to fucking change who they are and do things. It's fucked up.
So,
and you know what? Let's go a year, and the doctor somehow figures out 3 people end up getting charged. Let's just say he sees 100 people and 5 of them end up going over. The rest of them are under. That new fucking 6 hours or 5 hours is now turning into 4 because they're gonna see how close they can get it because they're gonna fucking want that money, right?
Absolutely.
And it's stupid to me.
So we're really honest and open on Bucks and Brews, right?
Very much.
So let's be honest and open. And I'm gonna preface this with I'm not suicidal. But I've said many times in the last month, the best plan for my family is if I have a heart attack and drop dead.
Yeah. Because
I'm worth a lot of money, life insurance wise, if I die while I'm at my company.
Exactly.
And I'm at that point. I'm 47 years old, so I'm not old.
Right.
I'm very much middle aged, but a lot of this just seems like fucking work, and work that I don't necessarily want to do. And I could make life so much better for my wife and daughter if I just dropped dead.
Yeah, I mean, and that's sad, right? Because
it's so fucking sad. But and they get pissed when I say those things. But I'm not saying it because I want to die. I'm saying it because it's fucking reality.
And that's the fucked up, right? I think that quite often. I'm like, man, I have life insurance on me or whatever, so I'm worth more dead than I am alive. That's always gonna be a fact, right? So, but I then have to remind myself that I am not done to my potential in reaching the amount of money that I can make. So I need to go keep making more. But even if after I make more, I'm still worth more dead than I am alive. Right.
100%.
So it's just fucked up. But like, so without me, my wife doesn't get the opportunity to make more money. So I just,
Well, they get robbed of us
Right.
and time with us, and
we don't value us though.
we don't.
Just say we need to value us more.
We should, but unfortunately, you and I see each other as monetary instruments.
Yeah.
Like, my worth is how much money can I provide to my family? That's my worth. That's my superpower. How do you make your family's life better? I pay for shit. That's my superpower.
Right. I pay for experiences. I pay for things. I do.
Yeah.
I come up with ideas of where to go, but that costs money to do that.
Right. And it's never fucking free.
Right.
And every time you turn around, you have to find more money to come up with things. And it not necessarily is it fun shit.
Right.
It can be fucking medical bills. You know, my daughter has a $2,700 fucking ambulance bill.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And, you know, unfortunately, if my wife could have carried her up the fucking stairs, she wouldn't have had an ambulance bill. But my wife couldn't carry her up the fucking stairs. So unfortunately, the ambulance came and it's $2,700 plus dollars. Who the fuck's gonna pay that? She doesn't have that money.
Right.
Okay, she has that money.
She shouldn't have to have
If she starts cashing in her retirement shit,
right.
I don't want her to have that money.
Nope.
So I'll fucking pay it, whatever.
Who it was? I was sitting with friends of mine. I think we talked about it, but and you know, she's like, "Hey, so we were into a little bit of debt and this and that." And I was talking to people at work, and they've been taking money out of their 401k to just pay for this. And I was like, "Nope, this conversation's done. Like that's something you will not do." Right? I was like, you know what's gonna happen? We'll get together every weekend and fucking drink at home. You know, they don't go out to eat. They don't do anything. They buy lavish things, but you know, and you know how it is, right? You finally get to a point where you have $10,000, so you go buy a new car. Well, then your furnace goes out, and then you know
Yep.
this and this and this. So that's kind of what happened to them, right? Like they spent their money because they finally had saved it up, and they're like good, and they had a little bit of nest egg, and then the furnace went out, and then uh, you know the car died or whatever it was, and like this and this, and so it was like a couple things added up, and it was like, all right, hey, we're gonna slowly get through this, and we'll make it happen. I told them, I gave them advice. I said, look, you have a bunch of equity in the house because they did what you did, right? Went to a 15-year instead of a 30.
Yep.
They have, but and I was like, look, get a HELOC, strictly pay. It'll get 4% versus your credit cards at,
Yep.
so nowadays it's
30% for a credit card.
well, you're 30, but 29, whatever. But for HELOC, it's, I think it's up to like 9%.
8 or 9, yeah.
So back in my day, it was, 4% when I had one. But still, it's, half the percentage of what it
More than you're saving 20%
for what?
off a credit
Oh,
card.
yes, yeah, credit card. Yeah. But like I say, I guess in total, I think their total would have been, right
Yeah.
around the 20 range or whatever.
Okay, so yeah, you're around.
They have a little 10% one. They have a
So they have a few that are decent,
yeah.
unlike what it is nowadays.
But like all of them, like their furnace, right? I think
Yeah.
they're on a 12%, but like a HELOC is still 8, 9. So
Yeah, you're
it's
still
a
saving
3%.
money.
So I was like, look, this is what you're going to end up going to do. I don't think they've even done it, which is fine, right? But like, I'm just giving them advice, right? And so
It's frustrating when we give the free advice and people don't fucking take the free advice. So we've talked before on Bucks and Brews about fucking grain
yeah.
and how pissed off I am about grain.
Say,
So the grain email came right around Thanksgiving, and it was, all right, we can't give this shit away because nobody wants it.
right.
So this company is willing to take it back over, but you have to start paying storage fees. Okay. They have $20,000 worth of grain. It's worth roughly $4,000.
Oh.
We're not paying any more fucking money. Well, then your option is just to donate it and I'll find somebody to dump it off on.
Yeah.
Okay, then I guess that's what you're going to do.
Sell it for,
And of course, I'm pissed because back when this shit happened in 2008, when they decided grain was a real good fucking idea.
Yeah.
We were arguing. So my aunt and my mother took money out of their IRAs and put it into fucking grain.
Yep.
Because this asshole convinced them that the black man is going to tank the market.
Yep.
Nick, what happened in 2008 when Bush was president?
We did okay. We had a recession.
We had a recession.
all the way through. I say by we, I mean me.
2008 started the Great Recession.
Yeah.
And George Bush was president.
Yep.
And they were afraid that the black man was going to make it worse.
Yep.
He, in fact, did not make it worse. So they took $20,000 and put it in a fucking grain because grain would hold its value. I don't know why they didn't just buy fucking gold or silver because that actually would have held some value.
I mean, I'm looking at it now, but I still wouldn't invest into it, right? I mean, it will hold some value. Yes, over history, it has some value,
Yeah.
right? And we know that it's easier to sell
Than fucking grain.
commodities, right?
So they came to me with the same fucking deal, and I said, "No, fuck that. You're not touching my IRAs to buy fucking grain." Guess who still has money?
You.
I do. They don't. It's fucking. You might as well have taken 20 grand and lit it on fucking fire.
They could. It's their grain. They can go.
They could do that. Yes.
Have a big bonfire.
I'm so pissed still about the fact that they didn't fucking listen to me because I must be an idiot.
Yeah.
And it will be a bone of contention until the day my mother dies because you wasted 20 grand. I mean, she didn't. She wasted about 10.
Yeah.
And my aunt wasted about 10. And again, it's their money to waste, but that doesn't mean we should just be fucking wasting money. I don't like that shit.
Yep.
When I tell you people something that usually is a good indicator of you should not do that. I mean, my aunt refinanced that fucking house with North Point and because she had an arm and ended up owing a shit ton more money, even though I told her, don't fucking do that. Just leave it the way it is.
Yep.
But again, I'm an idiot, so nobody wants to listen to me. Am I an idiot? Yes.
Yeah.
I filed bankruptcy. I did horribly with my investments and my finances in the early 2000s. And then I decided I was never doing that shit again, and I was going to get really good at it. And by 2008, I was on the other side. Well, on the other side of that, I was 5 years post bankruptcy.
Yeah.
So did I have a ton? No, I didn't have a ton still. I mean, I had a house. We had some assets, but we were still struggling.
Yeah.
But every year post, we've done better until, recently. So I found ways to learn and do better. Tangent. I have an interview tomorrow
Good for you.
for a financial intern position at the casino.
Okay.
I actually contemplated maybe I'll just quit my job, take that position if they offer it to me because it'll have great benefits. Dawn can get done the shit she needs, and we'll fire Chris. And I'll take his fucking job here.
Yeah.
Because at that point, I'm only taking about a $20,000 a year pay cut.
Yeah.
And we already know
it's a paid internship.
it is.
Okay.
And we already know that I pay about $10,000 a year on medical. So it's only about a $10,000 a year pay cut.
Yeah. It's a possibility. But the problem is you're not guaranteed a job after that.
I'm not.
Internship. If it was a
Correct.
Yeah, so no. Go hear them out. It'll be fun.
And that's what I'm doing. I'm going to go hear them out. And we're going to see what they have to offer. If they work around my job, there's a good possibility I'll take it.
Yeah.
If they're not willing to work around my job, I probably won't. Unless they start talking about, well, we're going to give you free insurance. That might be enough to sway me because I pay out the ass.
Yeah. So, I so anyway, update. I just found out today they did find the killer of Brian.
Yeah, I found that out yesterday. Brian Thompson. His killer is Luigi.
No, sir. You should watch what you say.
Sorry.
His accused killer is
Mario.
Mario. He's not convicted.
We don't. I want to be on that fucking jury.
This is America. We are innocent until proven.
Put me on that fucking jury.
I did find out though that supposedly he 3D printed.
The weapon that killed him was a 3D printed Glock.
Yeah. So
with a 3D printed silencer.
Yeah, apparently that's
the word on the street.
So far,
we cannot confirm or deny.
Yeah,
poor Mario there. I will tell you right, I want to be on that jury because I'm not convicting him.
I convict him if he did it.
I would have a real hard time.
So that's why you wouldn't get selected for jury. I would convict him if he
goddamn right I would.
So you're goddamn right I did. But no, it's just
if the preponderance of evidence shows he's guilty, what say you? Not guilty.
But I don't know. My favorite things that are coming out right now. Burger King talking their shit, right?
Yep.
We don't snitch. Say, I don't know. I sent you. Oh,
Snitches end up in ditches.
I sent you the one right before we hopped on
Yeah.
here. Some random company in New York was like, it's impossible that he did it because
He was working with us,
yeah, he was
serving soup or wasn't he?
volunteering at a
Yeah,
community
soup
event
kitchen.
or something,
Yeah.
and it's just him supposedly photoshopped
Yeah.
into this
I
photo.
don't think it was photoshopped. I think it was really there.
I think he was there, right? I mean, but so I'm excited to see how many people come up with, oh, he was at family dinner, right? Say timestamped and shit, or family breakfast, I guess, right? So we'll see, but
Is it horrible somebody lost their life? Sure.
absolutely,
It absolutely
right.
is.
I mean, car crashes and all this is right, but
Is
I always say it takes something catastrophic to make catastrophic difference,
uh-huh.
right? The World Trade Center, right?
Yeah.
It's the fucking saddest thing in my generation that I know of.
Again, I talked about this with Christy the other day, and then I talked about it with Caitlin.
Yeah.
Millennials have lived through one historic event after another. I mean, your life has been filled with trauma after trauma.
Yeah.
When you look back at my generation, our trauma that we point to is Challenger. The Challenger explosion was huge trauma for us.
Yeah.
But there's nothing else. Like Mike and I were talking about it yesterday. You could say when Lennon was shot, but most of us, when Lennon was shot, if you're a very early on Gen Xer, sure, you were like 15 when Lennon got shot. But most of us were born in the 70s. I was born in 77. I was 3 fucking years old. I didn't know who John Lennon was.
Right.
Even when Reagan got shot, I didn't know who Reagan was. I was like 4. The stock market crash in 87. I have no recollection of that because I'm 10 years old. I don't give a shit about stocks.
Right. I was -1.
Right.
And that's just it. But like, with that came catastrophic change, right? And you used to be able to go up to the gate and hug your person before you hop in the plane. Now, right? I mean,
Nobody
nobody,
take your fucking shoes off.
right? Nobody, right? Exactly. And things just crazy.
I remember
my favorite fucking thing, the Detroit Lions. Did you happen to watch fucking the Green Bay Packers Detroit Lions game?
a little bit.
So I posted, I thought it was fucking great. Your wife sent me a fucking video of it, right? I instantly just said, man, that
Was
guy
it
with
the
the
cheese
fucking
grater?
cheese grater.
How the fuck
fuck-
did he get in?
Everybody fucking, that's their one concern.
How
How the
fuck
fuck
you
you
get-
get with a fucking cheese? Shut the fuck up. Really? Like that's your a cheese grater? You're concerned about a fucking metal
I
cheese
mean, I'm not. I just wonder how the fuck he got in.
Probably, I don't even know if it was a plastic fucking cheese grater and it was a fucking, I don't care. I thought it was fucking great, right? He's not using it as a weapon. I mean, he's not fucking slicing throats open with this fucking thing. But again, I've watched enough Steven Seagal movies. You could fucking cut somebody's night or throw it open with a plastic fork, right? Like,
Well, I remember George Carlin talking about airport security in the early 90s. He's like, they haven't found one fucking bomb in one fucking shoe.
yeah,
But now they have. They found one bomb in one shoe, and now we all take our fucking shoes off.
yep. So, it's this point, and I don't know if I've ever said it, but like tangent time, real quick. One of the guys at my daughter's school shows up every once in a while in his TSA uniform,
Okay.
and you know me in TSA, right? I always get selected to get felt up, and so I want to make the shirt and I want to wear it to school that just says I made it all the way with TSA, right? Like I don't even know the fucking guy, but like I get picked. I mean, I got picked in the Dominican Republic, right? Like, and they're like, "Do you want to?" And I will drop trow in front of anybody.
Yeah, I don't
give
give a shit.
Fuck, right? Like, whoop, go get it, buddy. It's all you, right? Like, you're not
You're
embarrassed.
not going to
right?
embarrass us.
Right, like say it's funny. Take your shirt off so we can. Fuck, if I go see a masseuse, it's more awkward for me that people leave the room than it is for me just to fucking quickly get undressed and get on the fucking table or whatever. And it's like, then they take like 10 minutes to fucking come back, and I'm like, I've been on this table, I've been butt fucking naked for
Well,
10.
Diana, she's always like, you can leave your pants on. All right, that's fine. I don't give a shit.
Well, it's I usually leave mine unless we're working on like a lower thing or whatever, and I just hop up real quick, fucking drop my
It's
pants.
just like, do you want me to leave the room? I don't give a fuck.
Right. I was like, hold up. And she's like, you're so easy going. Like I walk
In
in,
all
I'm just-
honesty.
I'm usually taking my shirt off as I'm fucking walking in the room.
In all honesty, if she goes, all right, I need you naked for this, would you give a shit if she left the room?
No,
I wouldn't fucking
I
care.
fucking be like, all right, here
Whatever.
we go, right? Like,
I don't give a shit.
I know you're professional and
Yeah.
what you do. You know that I'm not going to try to fucking sleep with you, right? Like,
So back when I had my first prostate issue,
yeah,
my doctor tried to put a fucking catheter in me.
yeah.
He had one of the MAs come in to help. I don't give a shit that my dick's out. It does not fucking matter to me. This is not pleasure for me. It definitely wasn't pleasure because it hurt like a motherfucker.
It's like one of my biggest fears is I have to go get a catheter.
Nick, it was so because the prostate was so enlarged that they couldn't get a baby catheter in me. But I will give my doctor credit. He really fucking tried. And then he's like, I can't hurt this man anymore. And then you just stopped.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a good 30, 45 seconds that he fucking tried. That was the most excruciating pain I had since somebody stuck a fucking needle in my back.
My ear hurts.
It's not a fun fucking thing.
But like I say, but it's just that, like, right, professional's professional. Like, I don't. You have a job to do. You need something that you need to do your job. I'm not going to stop you from doing your fucking job.
You were an athlete in high school.
Let's call it that. Yes.
You had to get sports physical?
Absolutely.
Did you have to drop trowel and cough?
Absolutely.
It was weird then.
Yeah.
Because you're a teenage boy. Drop your pants, turn your head, and cough.
It was never weird to me.
It was always weird
to me. It was normal, right?
It was weird to me. I was not about that. That was the worst part about. But again, you have to, so you do it.
I see a female PA, like that's who I see as a female, and they're like, "Oh, that doesn't bother you?" And I was like, "Why?" That chick's looked at more fucking dicks than I've looked at porn, right? Like, what the fuck?
That's her job.
Right? Like, I don't fucking care. Like, you think she's gonna walk around and be like, "Oh man, the fat one, the really big one, yeah, he's so overweight and his penis is, fucking micro or something." Like, congrats. Like, I don't fucking care. Like, I'm not sleeping with you. I'm not sleeping with that person. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't care, right? Like, I don't give a shit, right? Like,
I don't either.
You can walk around me and tell me I'm hung like a fucking horse, or you can tell me I'm hung like a fucking tic tac. I wouldn't give a shit the rumors that fucking fly around, right? It doesn't affect me in any way, shape, or form. I'm not here for that. I'm here to get fucking fixed, right?
You're right.
I don't care. So, yeah, fun tangent time. But, it's just the 37% denial rate.
Yeah.
If eye candy was here,
I mean, that's basically
one of the three of us is getting
2 of every 5.
Yeah, I mean, right, one third, right? I mean, it's
over 1/3.
It is close, yeah. But yeah, so
it's almost 1 in every, or 2 in every 5.
2 in every 5, yeah, which is stupid, right? I mean, it's just.
And again, what do you trace that back to? Well, they're a publicly traded company. They're trying to make money.
Trying to make shit tons of money.
And again, should healthcare be a commodity that we trade on?
No.
But if you ask fucking Republicans, they'll tell you right now, healthcare is not a right.
Yeah. Saying that's, it's.
But every other country can figure out that, yeah, it's a right. The argument that you and I always have is if you're not paying for healthcare here, then there won't be any research done and we won't cure things.
Sure.
Which
other countries
still think is bullshit because, again, like you said, other countries do.
Mm-hmm.
So you can say that, yeah, we'll never cure anything, but other countries find cures to shit. They figure out diseases as well.
Yeah.
Will there be as much incentive? Maybe not. But let's just talk about polio for a minute. So Joseph Salk came up with the polio vaccine. Do you know how much money he made off the polio vaccine?
$0.00.
He gave it away.
All of it.
Because he wanted people to live. Would you do that?
Absolutely.
I would too, because you want people to live.
I say, I want people to live. I want people to make money. I want people to do things, right? I want them to be. You never make everybody happy, right? And I don't care about happiness. I care about healthiness, right? Don't get me wrong, fat. We all know this, right? I've lost 18 pounds, which I'm very proud of. I'm struggling back again. It's only been a couple weeks.
It's always a struggle.
But so I'm struggling to get back onto it, type of a thing. I did really good, and then but that being said, is I'm learning more about around the world, right? And other countries have things that are denied because they've done research, right? There's red dye in our stuff, right? That's yellow dye. There's some artificial sugars are fucking known to give cancer, and it's like things that are known to kill you. Granted, we get smoking, we get whatever, and that you take that opportunity
everywhere.
You take that opportunity and fucking chances, but like. It is insane, like the food that they allow us to eat.
So my wife has celiacs now.
Yep.
She has a friend that went to Europe, ate all the bread they wanted to.
How?
Because over there, whatever triggers celiac disease doesn't fucking exist in their bread. So she was able to eat fucking bread with whatever type of wheat they had without having one fucking issue.
And we don't sell that wheat here
No,
at all. Well, that's insane.
no, because it's too expensive.
It's very surprising to me.
Too expensive.
That's okay, but your mom has grain.
She does. She has a lot of grain. It's probably the celiac kind of.
Yes, probably is. But say start
Actually,
buying.
she doesn't have it anymore. She said, "Get this shit out of here."
Sorry, a buddy of mine is on vacation right now, and he sent me a picture of 9 beef patties or
Mhm.
whatever. And sorry, give me 2 seconds to pull it up. So he sent me a picture of 9 beef patties, and it's like a challenge. And so the 9 patty burger thing looks like it's towering, and she's like, "Oh, should I do it?" And I was like, "Fuck!" "Fuck yes, right?" And then he's like, "Oh, I don't know if I want to spend the $40." So right before we hopped on here, I Venmoed him $40 and said, "I better get a fucking video and I better get all this." Like, this is him mowing on the thing. So he's sending me updates and all that, and yeah, he's like, "Oh, he goes, I thought the patties would be thicker." He's like, "I'm not like overly full, but the burger was good." So I'm like, I'm very happy for him. But the fact that he can hold it like with his hands, and he's tiny, right? I mean, not tiny. He's a big round ball type of thing. He doesn't have man hands like me,
He has
right?
hands like me.
Right?
Small hands.
If say I have
You have very big hands.
I do, right? Like, and so it's just looking at him, I'm like, all right, I'm kind of disappointed in the fucking $40 I just sent him, right? I'd be like, yeah, okay, I can see why you're not overly full, right? Like,
Right.
I would think this is huge. So I felt weird without my ring on all of a sudden. So it's coaching season, so I've been wearing it all the time, and it's just very fun. So,
Did I tell you I applied to a coaching job?
yes, you sent it to me.
I did.
Any word?
No, I will never hear anything. I'm sure.
That's a small school. You should get. They're
Division 2.
That doesn't mean shit.
I don't think I will hear anything, but again, if I go back to coaching, it will be in college. I did officially tell Chris I'm done.
You are.
You
made that choice.
I made that choice.
Okay.
There's too many Trump humpers up there.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with it. So Jim came over yesterday.
Oh my God. All right. Sorry. Yours first, please.
Jim came over yesterday.
Yep.
And I'm like, I'm having a real hard time with Mikey because,
Yep.
he votes for Trump all the fucking time. He's like, I've cut all those fucking people out. Fuck him. He's an idiot. Time to move on. And I'm like, it's hard because, again, 30 plus years of friendship. And he's like, no, fuck him. He's a moron. Move on.
I was bowling last night and I'm walking in, and this guy that's there, he's not all the way mentally there. I mean, he's not, whatever. I mean, he's like my brother.
Yeah. So he's got a little bit of a handicap.
Something, right? And there's something there. And he's wearing a fucking Make America Great Again fucking hat. And I'm looking, and like, I know that this dude's on like some whatever.
Assistance.
I'm just sitting here going,
motherfucker, they're going to take that shit away from you.
and like me, I didn't say anything because you know me. I'm not going to fucking fight with, you pick fights with stupid.
Yeah, I do.
I don't. If I pick a fight with you, it means I hope you have some intelligence. But this one, and I'm just sitting here going, this, like this, you're
Yeah.
You're the fucking
You're a fucking idiot.
like just that fucking bad. And I'm sitting here going, oh wow, it just, it blew my net worth, and I hate to be an arrogant piece of shit. If this dude has there's times he can't even pay the fucking $14 to bowl.
Yeah.
I piss.
But he's too stupid to know any better.
I piss away that fucking bowl. Like he. I'm just like, holy fuck! Give 2 fucks of life. Like,
I'm talking to a friend.
Yeah.
Who has a relative that lives in the northern Lower Peninsula.
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, like Alpena area type thing. Sure. Yep. So.
And they work with the government.
Okay.
And people come in all the time because they're on government assistance.
Yeah.
And she will ask them, aren't you worried about Trump's proposals to change welfare and such? And they're like, no, I'm not worried about it at all because he's going to give us all this money. And they're adamant
that he's going to
get this fucking windfall of money from Trump. Motherfucker, he don't care about you
at all.
You ain't getting shit. You're going to be fucking lucky if you get anything.
Yeah.
But again, they're so ingrained. It's so ingrained in them that somehow he's going to take care of them when he doesn't give two fucking shits about them. He ain't doing shit for them.
Yep. And that's, I mean, again, it's hard because politically I've taken a different side of things, and Walt never listens to this, and that's fine. I respect Walt, and I like Walt, and we see things differently. That's fine. But I sold one of the places I bought from him, and I did it, and a buddy of mine asked me if I regret it, and I'm gonna go look at a 9 unit here in the next little bit, and somebody's like, "Wait, you sold this to?" And I was like, "Absolutely, I did." Right? A person offered me "fuck you" money, and I said, "Okay, fuck you." Right? I Those tenants didn't give a fuck about me. It's hard for me right now. I stupidly, I don't know if I told you, I asked the question to the person that's managing it now. I was charging $850 a room or $850 apartment. How much do you?
12.
How much?
14.
Really close.
15.
Half.
1450.
1450. I was charging $850.
Yeah.
That's what happens in big business.
I'm
right?
not fucking surprised. And I've told you time and time again, you're the fucking anomaly. You're the outsider.
I assumed it was going to go to like 12.
Nope.
Right.
They looked at what they could get and they're like, I can get this.
Well,
so,
now that he owns all of the monopoly.
yeah, fuck y'all. Because who else are you going to buy from in that area?
Well, that's it, right? Because I sold him Boardwalk.
Yeah.
He had Park Place. Technically, he had Boardwalk. I sold him Park Place.
Yeah.
I gave him the last piece,
and he can just jack shit.
Now he owns all of it.
Uh-huh.
Right. And I feel bad, but at the same time.
But do you? I mean, you do, but do you? Was it worth the hassle?
No.
Well, that's just it.
No.
It's not worth the hassle.
I mean, I
was there appreciation there?
From tenants?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
And that's kind of on them.
I don't have a single, hey, Nick, you know what? I didn't get a single, hey, wow, this happened. Wow, Nick, we didn't realize how good. I'll never get that. I'm not looking for it or anything, but right.
You're not looking for it, but it would be really fucking nice.
No tenant, no, right? Because I've had 2 places open since then. No tenant has reached out and been like, hey, do you have any other places open, Nick?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Not that it was the greatest landlord or the worst landlord type of thing, right? But like, they could have come to, I would have given them close, I would have been like, hey, you're at 14. I can do this one for 11. Right?
You and I coached together.
Yep.
We don't necessarily do it for that a boy.
Oh yeah.
But is it nice to get that a boy?
No. Oh, dude. Last year was an amazing year, right? The fact that I brought parents who wanted to fire me to shaking my hand and saying, you've done amazing with these kids. And just the whole turnaround. The parent that fucking hated me last year showed up actually to our game yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Kid's not even bowling anymore.
Okay.
Said hi to me, right? Like that's an impact I've made in this fucking life, right? For the rest of my life, I will go down knowing that I've changed a culture. I had kids who didn't believe in me last year look at me and go, hey, coach, what do you think about a ball change? Absolutely, bud. Let's do this, right? Like, I have that belief. I have that, right? Okay, you've proved I know what the fuck you're doing, right? And it's funny because my new kids, you can see it. Coach will talk and my boys, right? Coach is talking, hold up, shut the fuck up, right? Like, and we had that quick heart-to-heart talks. My boys lost yesterday. I'm not afraid to admit that, right? Mm-hmm. We're gonna do that. We've lost to Jennison every fucking time, but we take home the W at the end of the day, right? In tournaments when it counts and all that. This was a scrimmage because Jennison's out of our conference this year. I told him, hey, there's some things we have to work on. There's some things, and we honestly, I changed things up, did a bunch of things just to try things to see how it's gonna go, and my boys are like, okay, great. This is what we're working on. This is what we're doing, right? Like, it is where we're getting to.
So I went to a game in October, and
a
softball game.
Yeah.
And a parent approached me that still had a kid in high school and said, yeah, are you sure you're not coming back? And I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I might be done. And he goes, I'd really like you to come back for one more year. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I just don't know if that's in the cards. And he goes, have I ever asked you for anything? And I said, nope. He goes, I'm asking you this. Oh. Will you come back till my daughter's done?
Do you want a coach?
Maybe.
Let's go find one.
That's possible.
You want to be my assistant?
But anyway, let me finish this.
Yeah.
So it felt really good to hear that. A couple weeks later, his kid
Mhm.
signed to play college ball.
Yeah.
You know who never heard about it?
You?
Never heard about it. Didn't hear a fucking thing.
And he asked you to come back.
And he had asked me to come back.
You know who signed off season with a college this year?
Who?
One of my kids. Do you know who the first fucking call was?
You?
Hey, coach, I'm going to be signing with this college. Would you mind coming to watch this? Absolutely, I will. I told my wife we weren't leaving out of town until after that signing.
Yeah.
And right, I've known this kid. We're not supposed to hug our kids, right?
Oh, but we do.
Absolutely. My kid comes up to me. They took third or whatever this weekend for my girls. My boys took first. She looks at me, and we hugged state last year, and so she looks and she's just like, and I was like, oh, fucking bring it in, right? It's in front of all these parents, in front of all this, and here it is. But like, I'm, you know what? I will put my fucking job on the line for a hug, and I will, if I get fired for it,
Whatever.
I will go down as the person who I am. I had this conversation with the kids today. Hey, these are the things that were brought up. These are the things that I will always have and loudness, right? I was like, I had one coach complain about how loud we were, not to me, to his players and do this. And he, that whole little shit talk or whatever. And he mentioned it like 3 times, kind of. And I was like, until somebody that fucking matters says something, I never want you guys to stop, right?
Right.
And I said, we had a thing, we started out a new chant where it's like we say boom after strikes, and then we add a boom per each strike that goes with it. So I was like, all right, if we string 8 in a row, let's try to just keep it to one big boom versus 8 while we're doing this. I was like,
Right.
It is a little out of hand. And so I chose that, and they're like, yep, we can do that, right? And I was like, it's respect. I was like, I want to win because we're the greatest, not because we cheated to win, right? I want to hold ourselves to the highest dignity. And that's something I didn't deal, whatever. And I was like, we're still going to do our chant. We're just going to make it better, right?
Before this year.
I mean, tell me girls don't fucking sit there and chatter the entire fucking time through pitching while a batter's up there, right?
Oh, okay.
This is the same type of a thing.
Before this year, we had 5 kids sign in 2 years.
That's amazing.
I got invited to 4 of those.
Okay.
The other kid couldn't fucking stand me.
Yep.
I'm not gonna say how I felt. I mean, you can draw conclusions.
Yeah, that's fine.
So not a big deal.
Yep.
This kid, I didn't feel like we were close, but at the same time, we worked closely together. So not getting the hey coach, I signed, would you come? Kind of told me everything I needed to know.
That's what it is, right?
And I mean, I've talked to Karen about it. She also did not get the heads up, and she's pretty salty over it. And I understand.
Yep.
And she wishes Chris would have told us. Chris found out like last minute. But it's not, I told her, it's not his responsibility. It's her responsibility as the kid that's getting signed to tell us and invite us if she wants us there. And if she doesn't want us there, that's fine. I'm not going to think of them any differently, but at the same time, when I'm weighing, do I come back or do I not come back? That absolutely goes in the bucket of,
Do not.
yeah, I guess I'm just not that important, so I just won't go back.
Well, you're not making the impact on the kids that you want to make.
Right.
Impact, right.
I mean, had I gotten that phone call, maybe I decide, okay, I'll put up with the Trumpers for another year.
Right. Well, and you want to commit to these kids. All right. Tangent time again, because we're still on it.
Yep.
This weekend we were bowling at a different house. It was an invitational. My kids did nothing wrong. Some parents decided to bring in outside food and drinks. They were talked to about it. We handled it very quickly, very respectfully. Right. And then one of my parents apparently piped up and said some very wrong things that they should not have said. And we are officially uninvited from that bowling house as a school
Really?
because the parents, right? And so
That sucks.
yeah, right. And granted, I bowl there on Monday nights, and I've known that family for a very long time. And I went in there and deeply apologized because as of right now, we are uninvited from that tournament. We've won now 2 years in a row.
Oh, that sucks.
And so I'm trying to mend things so I can come back next year.
Well, yeah,
Right.
because
I don't want to take it out on these kids. right?
Well, it's not the kid's fault.
Right.
It's fucking parents' fault. But how many times can you point to it's the parents' fucking fault?
Right. But and it's just, I'm sitting here trying to fix something that's not my problem.
Yeah.
Right. But as I said, I sent out an email, right, that says we represent this. This is who we are. This is how I will carry this team. I expect nothing but the best from all of you as well. So, I said it in a very nice, respectful way.
Mhm.
But again, Coach Nick will fight anybody, and I will do it for the right reasons. But I will not do it if you're disrespectful. Right. I tell my daughter this all the time, right? I will have your back. Daddy will do it. But if you were in the wrong, you need to step up and say, I fucked up, right? Because we all do. We all fuck up. Right. I think I dropped 2 swear words in front of these kids today. They kind of like a little laugh or whatever. But that's not who, this is who we're going to be, right?
Mhm.
We're going to carry ourselves to the best of our possible abilities.
Absolutely.
So, sorry, we want to talk about the economy.
So a lot of economists are very worried about what's coming in the future here with Trump tariffs and all. And we talked about tariffs on one of our previous episodes, 2 episodes ago now. But there's a lot of economic indicators pointing to this could be worse than the Great Recession in 2008. It could be on par with the Great Depression in 1929.
Oh, it's rough.
And I mean, there are a lot of indicators that point to those things. So the job market sucks so badly right now. And a lot of people
talk about that real quick.
Well, and a lot of people are like, well, it's end of year and that's why it sucks so bad. No, it's sucked for the last 4 or 5 months.
Well, it's been longer than that.
Probably.
We've been hearing about this job market for a long time.
A lot of jobs out there they're not really hiring for those positions.
Well, that's it, right? I think middle management got cut. Right. And so they took 100 middle management positions. They said, hey, we can get rid of 50%. And then they're sorry, there's some tinking. So, and then they're going, okay, hey, you now have double the responsibility. And people are like, well, I still need my job. Fuck those people, right? Because people don't care about other people.
Right.
That's why unions are good. But so then these people are like, oh, I'm trying to go find an HR position. You were making 150. Guess what? They had a person making, you were making 100. They had a person making 50. They gave them 10 grand. So they're at 60. They're happier than shit because they got 10,000. You're only going to go find that $50,000 entry, maybe 60,000. Like you're going to take a huge pay cut if you want a position. Companies know they have the pick of the litter because there's so many people that got fired. And so now they're going to go, who can we get that's good? Because the good ones got cut because they're getting paid the most. What's the cheapest you'll take?
My daughter took a $9 an hour pay cut.
$9.
And again, she bailed them out of a lot of things. But at the end of the day, the owner was basically like, well, you really want to get a job in your field, so we're just going to be done with you at the end of the year. And, my daughter's nice. She's not me.
Yep.
So she ended up.
It was my first answer.
I mean, your first answer was find a roommate.
No, my first answer about the fucking job.
Oh, yeah. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Just don't show up. So, like, she's trying to work it out where she can, give hours for the rest of the year to this job that's getting rid of her while still working a new job that she took. And my answer to her is no.
Yeah.
That's not a thing. You have a new company. That's where your priority is. If you're off on a day and you don't mind going in, cool. You can do that. I have no issue with that. Yep. But that is no longer your fucking priority. If they schedule you time, don't fucking show up because you have a job.
My contract ended here.
Yeah.
If you want
even without the contract, they could take her to court to push that contract, but they really have no legal standing because it's an at-will state.
Correct.
So I mean, she absolutely threw out to them, "Hey, we have a contract. I'm working until the end of the year." But there's not a lot of recourse for them if she decides she's out now.
Right.
And again, she's done in the middle of the month, so they're going to have to figure out 2 weeks.
Yep. And
her owner doesn't really want to figure it out because that takes time away from her family because she's going to end up having to work it. Well, that's your fucking problem. This is what you wanted.
Yep.
Caitlin was not looking to leave.
Right.
I mean, she was, but for the right opportunity.
Right.
So it was not on the horizon in the next couple of months.
And she doesn't have the right opportunity, right?
No. Like she took a job because she needed a job. She has great benefits at that job, but she's taking a $9 an hour pay cut.
Yep. But hopefully she keeps looking for something, right?
She's gonna keep looking, but she really does like the company, so she's gonna hope that she can progress with them quicker than what other people may or may not.
Yep. So anyway, sorry, forecasting of the economy, right? People are saying it's going to go pretty low. We've talked about it in other episodes, right? Proven history.
Yeah.
A Republican Party has normally been the low end of the economy. We talked about it in one of our episodes about how we were technically in a recession, because a legal definition of a recession is 2 months that doesn't show
2 months of a decrease in GDP.
right. And so we've come back, things like that. But like I'm not looking to sit here and tell you everything's gonna go fucking balls to the wall and we're all gonna be rich. I'm gonna tell you, hey, look, I'm hoarding my money, right?
100%.
Like I'm
they're talking about how great Black Friday was. I don't know who the fuck was buying on Black Friday. I did buy shit on Black Friday. I bought shit that I don't want to pay for later. So I bought shoes because shoes aren't made here. I bought computers because computers aren't made here. So yeah, I bought things, but I wasn't shopping the deals because the deals were ass.
I went and bought bourbon. That's what I bought. It wasn't Black Friday deals.
Right.
I lived my normal life.
Well, you see all these pictures of Walmart where they had their bins up for days after Black Friday because nobody touched them. Nothing was on sale that was any fucking use.
Well, it's like, don't get me wrong. Like, and the problem is like TVs, right? Sure. I mean, I posted the picture. I bought a brand new 65-inch TV that's still sitting in the box in my house, in my fucking dining room. When people come over, I put it in my living room. I haven't put it up. I bought that TV for the same. I think I paid 20 extra bucks compared to what a Black Friday deal of that TV was, right? Like TVs, people aren't lining up anymore for that, right?
No.
And especially when you can go online and get it, and when you can do all that, like people aren't going into stores. They're not buying that extra little thing, right? I mean, it's. I want to make another fun joke about the United Healthcare. The CEO of Costco is going to be okay for the $1.50 hot dogs and drink. And I was in Holly, Michigan, over on the east side of the state this weekend, and there I seen a guy walking around with an Arizona iced tea can and it said 99 cents on the side, and I was like, real MVP right there, baby.
Yeah.
So, and it was just that's when you're not out there. When you run a good company, right? As much as Dan Price is a piece of shit now, and you found out about it, right?
Well, I mean, he's a piece of shit because he's kind of a sexual predator here.
Right. We'll say, but when you're sitting here saying, "Hey, I value the normal human," granted, he didn't value people, but when you're taking care of the people and you're doing the right thing,
when you're sitting there going, well, everybody in my company will make at least 70,000.
Everybody can have a livable wage,
yeah.
Right? And that's where you start, right?
That's. You and I argue all the time about fucking billionaires and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I would never be a billionaire because I wouldn't hoard my money like that. I will hoard my money, but I want the people that work for me to feel valued, and they feel valued when they're taken care of.
So the caterers, the semi-drivers, the stage help, the
Taylor Swift.
How much?
197
million dollars the past 2 years.
Yeah.
She's been on tour for 2 years.
Yep.
Granted, that tells you how much she fucking made.
Oh yeah.
197 million dollars in bonuses and extras to the people that help make.
Yeah, that wasn't what they made. That was the extra that she paid them.
Right, above and beyond, right? And that is why I respect Taylor Swift, right? I respect her because she's also a decent human being that has done nothing. Sure, she goes through a bunch of boyfriends or does whatever, and if that's really your fucking gripe, fuck up, right? If that's the worst you've done is you haven't been able to stay in a fucking long-term relationship, fuck do I care, right? Like,
she must have standards,
right? And you know what? I'm okay, or right, I'm gonna focus on me, and I'm gonna be me, and you're gonna be mad at somebody. Well, you have to commit to me. I do commit to you when I have the time and do this.
Yeah,
she set that standard out there and said,
yeah.
This is what I'm here.
I have other shit to do too.
Right. I have potential in my life that I see that I want to be. Right.
Anybody she dates, she makes more money than them.
Fuck, absolutely.
The people that were sitting there going, she's using Travis Kelce for his money.
$30 million versus $1.1 billion.
Yeah, he has no money compared to her.
He is a fucking poor piece of He is right. He is me to him.
Yeah.
Right. Poor piece of shit. Like, don't even fucking, she shouldn't even know his fucking name in
Correct.
theory, right? Like, but that's the whole thing. People don't understand. Like, this is $1.1 billion.
And it wasn't, she's one of the people that it wasn't just handed to her.
Absolutely not.
She
Right?
went out and made her career. Now, did she have some breaks because her dad knew some people? Sure. Absolutely had
Some
some
about
breaks.
you know in this world,
100%.
right? Like,
Caitlin and I keep arguing about that because she really liked the job she got offered because she did it on her own. Nobody helped her. But I've gotten her a couple interviews at Spectrum, and she's like, "Well, I don't really want to do that." Okay, that's fine. But to her, it's I did it on my own. Nobody helped me. Great. I got the job at Priority because when I walked in there, I killed on the fucking typing test and the 10 key test, and I had a computer background. She didn't hire me for the job I was getting. She hired me for the skills that I had. You know, Christy got in there because her mom worked there. It wasn't because of what she could do. It was, oh, her mom works here, so we're going to hire her.
right. So if she's as good as her mom, then
Right.
you would assume, and this is how I look at it, right? You know, I always gave priority to tenants who were good tenants who referred
Correct.
tenants because why? I know that you associate yourself with good people, right? You're going to tell them, hey,
What
this is
have
the
you
standard.
always said about people?
You are the average of what you surround yourself with.
Yeah,
right?
how many people?
Five.
Five.
The local the five closest
The
people.
five people that you associate with the most, that's how you can tell how that person is.
Right. I mean, which is again, if you look at my life, right? I mean, you're fucking liberal. My wife, very liberal type, but
Yeah.
still, like, well, very Republican, right? Other like my real estate friends, it is completely different. So what am I? I'm fucking
Kind
right
of in the
here,
middle.
right? Like
Yeah.
I am. You know, it's funny. I go to parties and people are like, "Oh, this Trump, 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 Trump," and I'm like, "Yeah, what do you give a fuck about gay marriage? I don't care who this. What do you care about this? Yeah, you're right. I think I saved my wife's life over in fucking this. Okay, cool. So what do you, Mikey thing, right?
Yeah.
This. So you agree? We agree about 99% of things. It's the 1% that fucking you have a huge stance on. Okay, cool. I'm right here. Again, we talked about it in our political episode. If we all actually voted the way we believe, I believe a libertarian would fucking win. The problem is it would take all of us, right?
Yeah.
I believe that there is 10% on the fucking high side, 10% on the low side, and the other 80 of us fucking agree right in the middle.
Well, again, the biggest issue we have in this country is out of 333 million, 150 don't vote.
Right. It's stupid.
And you can sit there and say, well, my vote doesn't fucking matter. Right, because 150 million of you motherfuckers ain't voting. That's why your vote doesn't fucking matter.
So
The fucking Trumpers are always running around going, half the country, over half the country. No, it's not. It's a third of the fucking country voted for him. A little under a third of the country voted for Harris, and a little over a third of the country didn't fucking get up off their ass.
Nope. And that's why we're here, you know?
Yeah.
You know,
Well, it's why we're always here. It's why a third party can't win. Am I a Democrat?
no.
No. Do I have to be a Democrat?
Yeah.
Yeah, because what the fuck else is there? I can't just be a leftist and vote for the things that I want because the shit I want, Democrats don't fucking want.
Right.
You know, Joe Biden is not a leftist. He's right of center. Do I think he's a good person? Sure, he's a good person. I got no issues with him as a person. Did he pass shit that I wanted? Some things, yeah. Some things, no.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get some of the things you want. You're going to get some things that you don't fucking want.
Right. You know, and I don't know. It's hard because I'm the first to admit I don't know everything that Hunter Biden did. I don't know anything about it. But David, if you know that you're not president,
I'm pardoning him. And I'm doing the preemptive pardon like he did where they can't touch him for 10 years.
Exactly.
Because all they want to do is throw him in jail because he's Joe Biden's son.
Correct.
It was a small weapons charge that they ended
Is
up
that all it
convicting
is?
him on. Yeah. That's what they convicted him on. And they keep running around going, well, it's a witch hunt on Trump. No, it's a witch hunt on Hunter Biden because he's a fucking nobody.
I've never heard of the guy until Biden became something, right?
Until not even became something until he started running for president. That's the only fucking time you heard about Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
You didn't hear about him when he was vice president. Nobody gave a shit.
Nope.
Is he a good person? Probably not. He's probably a piece of shit.
Probably.
But he has no fucking basis on anything in my life. He does not impact my life one fucking way or another. Trump does.
Yep.
Trump is a 34-time convicted felon. That affects my fucking life.
Yep.
Hunter Biden having a fucking gun charge does not affect my fucking life. Should he ever own a gun? Probably not. He's obviously not fucking responsible to do it. He probably should stay off the fucking drugs too, because he loves to use drugs. Okay, I get it. Some people love drugs.
Yeah.
I love alcohol.
Right. So
I drink a lot of alcohol. Should I ever have alcohol? Probably not.
probably not, but right. I mean, and so like again, if it's my, the weird thing is people are like, oh, blah, blah, of course, Joe Biden. Okay, let's cut out who the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Let's cut everything. What would you do for your kid?
I would absolutely pardon my kid.
I mean,
I would do anything for my kid.
anything, right? Like,
Anything.
oh my God, I can keep my kid out of jail and do whatever. Of course I'm gonna fuck it. Sure, you call it abuse of power, call it whatever the fuck you want, but
Don't care.
again,
Don't fucking care.
I'm going to, right? Like, we
If
talked
your kid said she really wanted something, would you make that happen?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm okay. This is a fucked up thing, and I hate to say it. My daughter knows Santa, and Santa brings one gift.
Mhm.
That's it. So she's allowed to ask Santa for one gift. She's never asked for she knows that Santa's not rich, and so right, she has to keep it and do something. Santa can't
She can't ask for a PlayStation 5.
Santa can't do fucking world peace. Santa,
Yeah.
right? Santa, has and honestly, we tell her, hey, you know what? You can't ask for a PlayStation 5 because Santa has a budget, and if we take a PlayStation 5, then what are they like? You know what? Okay, so let's think of something that we want. That's the thing, right? Sure, she was 3 and asked for fucking purple potatoes. This year, right? She finally, I want a Zen garden.
Okay.
You know what? I bet Santa could fucking do that.
Yep.
Right? Santa can do that. And I'm very glad that you asked Santa for fucking. Now, mom and dad are gonna step up, and of course, there's gonna be some other.
You're gonna buy some fun stuff.
Yeah, but right. I mean, this is not gonna be. I don't. We post pictures, right? And there's 17. There's 7 fucking gifts, and nothing's ever huge, right? Last year she got a American Girl doll like ice cream truck, which yeah, sure, brand new. It's the knockout version. Don't
Yeah.
call it American Girl doll. Right. And sure, brand new, it's $100, but you know what? Santa might have found it fucking used for 40, and it had every part. And so guess what? Santa did have a $40. So like, that's the most expensive thing she's ever asked for, and Santa's gonna make that one thing happen, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just weird how Santa does that type of. But like, she's raised in this sense of things, right? Um, eh, and so it blows. I will do anything for my kid, not even just financial, but like, right? My kid needs something. She's gonna have that something, right? That's why we talk about money and what my worth is. My worth is to be able to give my kid the fucking things that she always needs. Sometimes the things she wants.
Is a ticket to Taylor Swift ridiculous?
Yes.
Was I stupid for doing it?
Yes.
Would you have done it?
No.
You don't think so?
I didn't do it. I'm not trying to be an arrogant.
In my situation.
Not trying to be an arrogant asshole.
No, but in my situation.
Wouldn't have done it.
No?
No. No.
See, and I didn't hesitate.
I know. And that's fine. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Right.
You asked me if I would do it. No.
I looked at everything this year.
Mm.
I'm like, this kid's had a really shitty year.
Mhm.
This is one thing that, and again,
Don't get me wrong. My wife might have done it.
she 100%
So,
would.
right. But we had an opportunity to go to Indianapolis and all that, right? I mean, there's possibilities, there's things.
Well, and
No.
what I'm looking at is, she's older
Mhm.
and she has seen Taylor. Okay. But this is kind of a once in a lifetime concert. I mean, she's doing a little bit of everything. She's going for 3 fucking hours.
Sure.
Would I do what Jenna did and go to like 7 fucking shows?
Jesus.
Because mind you, she not only went to Toronto 2 days after Caitlin did,
Yeah.
but she flew to Vancouver this weekend. And they had tickets to the very last show. But then she also got tickets to the Saturday show. So she went back-to-back nights in Vancouver.
Oh, Jesus. Right. But like, that's fine. I mean, right? Like,
If that's how you want to spend the money.
They're 2 incomes, no kid.
Right.
They're
Dinks.
They're spending that on themselves.
Yep.
And they have the money. And that's fine. And that's the choice they've made. And
Correct.
sure, I mean, don't get me wrong. I bought myself fucking $400 worth of fucking bourbon today. Right? I'll spend money, but nope.
See, and
That's fine. I'm not.
no, I know you're not knocking me. When I looked at it, I'm like, that's something she'll remember forever. I'm really glad I did that. Like, I have 0 regrets.
And you shouldn't, right? I mean,
The Tigers game.
yeah.
I would much rather go to a Cubs playoff game, but I still like the Tigers.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to take her to a fucking playoff game. That's a no fucking brainer, isn't it?
Yeah. And that's exactly it, right? Like to me, if the price was the same I still wouldn't do it. But for the price that you pay for the Tigers, yes, I will pay that $200 a ticket, whatever it might be. There's six of us, or three of us, that's 600. Sure, that's a family thing that we can remember and blah blah blah. You know, it's hard because my daughter's 9 and she's starting. I always think that she's starting to remember things. We took her to during COVID. We took her to no, South
South
Dakota.
Dakota.
What's the monument thing?
Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore, right? She doesn't remember half of that still. It's kind of weird because I'm like, damn, I spent so much money doing that. Like, when we came back or whatever was your favorite thing? Gummy dinosaurs. And I was like, fuck, we had that 17 minutes into the fucking trip,
Right.
Like, but it's just so at that age, I don't know. But don't get me wrong, right? If you ask me, hey, I'm not gonna buy my kid a house. Will I hand her a discount on a house? Absolutely. I want to show her how to. Oh, hopefully, I show her how to fucking find a good deal, do whatever. If the economy's where it was, type of a thing is, and it's so hard to find houses, and I try for a few months of my own personal to find something, and it doesn't happen, and I have one. You know what? Here you go, kiddo. Right? Like, buy it for this price, do it this way, and yeah, it's gonna be substantially different. I will sell it to her for what I have into it. Let me put it
Yeah.
that way, right? I'm not gonna lose
So
money
if
on
it's
it.
a $250,000 house and you got 150,000 into it,
It's 400K.
yeah,
She'll buy it for 400, but I would probably be able to sell that 400 for 550.
right.
Right? I don't need profit from my own kid, kind of like. So sure, if you're asking me that, like, yeah, no, cool. Now you have a house that I know is good. I know that we did. Blah, blah,
Yep.
blah. Yes, my kid will have that luxury that dad will be able to get her a house for a reasonable price, and hopefully, I own a couple in some nice areas.
Well,
good areas.
that's a kid that most of her peers are not going to have that opportunity.
Never. Right? I mean, I can't say most, but like most of them won't.
Most of them won't.
Right.
They're not going to have the money to just go buy a house because that's where your generation lives now.
Right.
Is they don't have opportunities to buy houses.
Yep. I get it, but they have opportunities. They're just not willing to go find the opportunity to do it.
Well,
right?
again, they want things.
Yesterday.
I won't say they want things to drop in their lap, but they want the perfect deals, and the perfect deals aren't out there. You're going to have to take a place that you may not like.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to fix it.
Well, and here's the thing. My buddy Jeremiah and I were talking about it, and I said, I wanted to have a conversation with Ben Mala, which is go YouTube him. I think he's great. He's fantastic. And I was like, but the problem is I started asking myself the questions that I wanted to ask him because it's like $100 for an hour to talk to him. I was like, it's just like cool. Like this guy's worth 500, 250 million bucks, like real estate, right? And I'm like, well, okay. So, I'm thinking to myself, I was like, all right, so why am I not doing, well, because that's the problem is that the outside world teaches us that we have to do things a certain way now because the world is wanting better and nicer. And the real truth is, right, I should buy a house in Muskegon for 20,000 bucks. I should put the cheapest materials into it for 10 grand, right? So I'm putting down stick down linoleum tiles.
Yep.
Everybody listening is going to go, well, that's so fucking cheap. And you're absolutely fucking right.
Yeah, it is.
And I prefab fucking cabinets, things like that, right? You should get the very basic, and I'll have 30 into it. I'm gonna rent it for, if the normal rate is $1,000, I'm gonna rent it for 700. I have 30 into it. Like that's how it should go, and that's how you're gonna make money. That's how you're gonna do. Oh, it's not the most beautiful. No, it's fucking blue and white 1970s tiles. But guess what? That tile cost me fucking or glue down stick down. It was 23 cents a square.
Right.
You want me to put LVP in for $5 a square? Okay, great. Now you're gonna pay me more money. Like. So the theory is like, right, Ben Mala, when he started, right, he was in the Bronx back in the day, $5,000 for a place. Somebody would change their carpet out and he would go take the carpet from them because it was used. And he's like, yep, cut it enough to the fucking square size that he needs. Boom, I have free fucking carpet in here and it's good enough to fucking get by. All you need is a place to lay your fucking head. And we've gotten to this point where, oh, I should have nice and pristine and I should have this. And no, you should have a fucking place to lay your goddamn head, right? The mechanics work, everything about it's good. You always hear it's got good bones. That's what you need. Good bones. This fucking house isn't going to dilapidate on your ass. It's not going to fall. It's not going to crumble. Yeah, it's not fucking top notch, but it's functioning and it works, right? You don't need a fucking $250 Moen fucking faucet that, you touch and it fucking does what it. No, you need a $29 fucking Home Depot special faucet that turns on and the fucking water comes out.
Yep.
That's what you need, right? A want is a fucking Moen faucet that you can touch. So, right, that's how things should be done in theory. But now these people are like, I want to get the most rent. I want to offer the best place. people aren't going, hey, I want to just fucking live in a place. There are people out there, and those are the kind of people that I go for.
Yeah.
Right.
You want somebody that's like, I can afford $900. I just need a place to put my head.
It's exactly, hey, I have basic things in here. You're getting basic things, right? Sure. Can I paint
When I was a renter, I never looked at what fucking type of sink I had. I didn't give a shit.
Right.
Does it work? Yes, it works. Okay.
Yep. And you walk.
I never looked at the fuck. I remember when I bought the trailer, we had a Magic Chef oven that was probably from the 70s. It worked.
Yeah.
I didn't give a shit.
Yep. And when it goes out, I will replace it with a newer one, but it's good. It's not going to have the fucking LEDs on the back or whatever you call
It was, we would buy shit at that place on Division that sells used shit.
Habitat store. Yeah.
It wasn't even a Habitat store. It was farther down on Division, not downtown, but south of downtown. Probably down by Burton.
Oh yeah.
And there was this place that fixed shit up. It might have been Eastern. I don't know. There was this place that fixed up
appliances.
Oh,
that was Synergy.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
And you would instead, it would have been like a $500 stove originally, but it's older and they fixed it and it's $100.
$100. Yep. So, and that's it, right? It functions. It does the job it needs to, and it's safe and secure, right?
Yep.
Like that's what you need to put in.
I wasn't looking to spend a shit ton of money. I was looking for what can get me through for a few years.
Right. Can I make this happen?
Right.
And don't get me wrong. Like I did that for a while when I first, I'd buy a fucking Craigslist or Facebook refrigerator that was somebody's garage one. And great, it worked and it got me by. And then I got tired of fucking hauling them, and I was like, all right, you know what? I do have 200 extra bucks. I'm just gonna fucking have them deliver it, and now I don't have to worry about it. But it's just, you get to that point, and so it's if you, in theory, if you think about it, like we shouldn't be offering everybody these brand new fucking gray walls, white. Everybody's like, oh, I'm so tired of gray walls and white fucking trim and this and. But A, it sells, and B, like it's functioning. Like don't fuck. Like I don't care if the fucking wall's green, yellow, purple, blue.
If they buy the place, they can paint it whatever the fuck they want.
Exactly. Until then, hey, you know what? Just live it and enjoy it. And if you want the color change so much, guess what? Cans of paint are, I don't know. I don't even know how much.
$20,
right?
$25,
maybe. Right. I mean, so if you go, well, you should use Behr paint and blah blah. But I remember when I started out, I was buying fucking paint from Walmart for $7.88 per gallon.
Mm-hmm.
It might have gone up now. I don't know. That's what I would do. I'd buy a few of those, paint the fucking place, and it's, it'd last, right? I was doing all the work. I was doing what I didn't give a fuck if it was Behr paint or fucking Walmart paint. Sure, the Walmart paint, I had to buy an extra gallon for $8 versus buying, oh, you could have done it with 1 gallon of this. Sure.
Yeah, but you would have paid 3 times the price.
That's kind of it. But you know what? I had a little bit of time. I was working. That's the thing. People don't understand. I was working eight extra hours. And yes, okay, I overworked because I had to do double the work that people did, but like it saved me the money. I was broke. I needed to get to this point, right? Nowhere near slumlord aspect. Again, it was functioning. It did the job it needed to do, right?
At the end of the day, that's what you need.
That's exactly it. And
I mean, you and I have had that talk when it comes to like hotel rooms.
Yep.
I need a place I can sleep. The cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Her and I fought about the fucking. You give me an interior room, I don't give a shit. All I'm doing is sleeping there. I don't fucking care.
That's exactly it, right?
I finally gotten her to go, well, I can do interior if it's promenade. I'm still paying more money for that than I fucking need to. I don't need to fucking see out a window. I'm perfectly fine with a fucking closet.
If I need to see out a fucking window, guess what? I'm gonna get my ass out of my room and I'm gonna go sit in the any of the fucking million places and look at the fucking boat.
Well, and she's not claustrophobic, but she's like, I'll be claustrophobic. No, I'm the fucking claustrophobic one.
I'm a big dude. And I had an interior room, right? How often was I in my room?
You weren't. You were there to sleep.
That's it. I got up, fucking pissed in the shower, and fucking walked out, right? It's so I say that because that's an actual thing. I'm not afraid to admit that, right? Like these fucking toilets on this thing is like tiny, and it's so low to the ground. I'm like, a shower is so much easier to pee in, and I could just rinse it out. Like, so my Courtney was like, I'm fine with it, right? And I was like, this is okay to me. But right, that's how it is. I mean, I'll make anything work, right? When I had to use the restroom, I would go down to the fucking one in the basement, because it had so much more space. And I'm like, great, now I can use.
You go find one of the handicap ones.
That's exactly it, right? So, because again, I'm going to use this. Like, I will make something work.
Well, if you have to drop a deuce in your room, those are tiny ass rooms.
Tiny.
So
no matter how big your fucking balcony room.
Well, it's not like they're cycling clean air through. I mean, they're just cycling the air that's in the fucking room. So you don't want to do that in the room if you don't fucking have to.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're coming up on 2 hours. We should probably
Tangenting.
wrap this shit up. So, CEO of United Healthcare, we don't have a whole lot of sympathy.
Sorry.
I mean, that sucks, but
You
at
gotta
the same
start.
time, don't kill people. And that includes your members. We'll be talking more economic stuff in the coming months because I expect a whole lot of changes coming. And I'm worried about.
Hopefully it's for the good.
Hopefully.
So
I mean, if it is, I'm happy to say I was fucking wrong.
so I didn't say it in the beginning, but I'll say it now. So as always, like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family. That's how we get viewers, and that's how we get people to sponsor us. And we're hoping to come out with that. David, speaking of sponsorship, thank you so much for letting me try some garage beers. They're classic light. I really enjoyed it. The lime, I'm glad I tried it, right? So again, thank you for it.
Absolutely. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I really love the lime, and the classic's fine as well. But again, they make different beers for different people.
Yep.
And if you're looking for a valued price light beer, this is a great way to go. Because it's going to cost you a little more than a Bud Light, but it's going to taste maybe a little better.
Yeah.
So
hopefully next week.
We hope to be back next week. We're going to start, ramping up. We're going to do year in review in the next week or two.
Yep.
I know we have a couple guests that have reached out that we're going to try to book. I got to touch base with them again. We have a former guest that was on when they were buying a house that's looking to get into cutting bills and maybe rentals at some point that we're going to talk to and kind of see where their head's at. So we got some stuff coming up. If you have ideas for shows, please hit us up because we're always trying to talk about things you want to hear about. And as Nick says, tell your friends, tell your family. We want to get bigger. We like talking to you guys. So we'll talk again soon and have a good one.
You've dialed in
To Box and Brews, you might hear something
you can use.
like tips on your cash or tips on the suds.
You're gonna want to
The
use
smarts of these
because
stuff.
they know the brews.
And they know the box, and they know they can't help the stubborn fucks.
So listen up, cause shit's not funny.
Save yourself some
Beer money, bucks,
and brews.
Bucks and
Bucks
brews.
and brews.
brews.
Bucks and brews.